I am Dorel J. Giganto, a BSN Level 2 student, and here's my output for persuasive speech.
Good morning, everyone. My speech is entitled Human Obedience. Remember when, as a child, you were always reminded about the importance of obeying rules, right? Rules in your home or in your school. Your parents and teachers probably repeatedly told you that obeying rules are for your own good and not to harm you. Obedience represents the order in human nature. This reflects the positive outcomes of our life. Now, as a Christian or as an individual, you probably heard about the 10 rule God has given to mankind. Or should I say, the 10 commandments in the time of Moses. In these 10 commandments, in some places, you might see them displayed on signs, in murals or sculptures in the yards, or in church walls. These commandments are considered to be some of the oldest moral guidelines that are known to man these days and have served as a moral standards for humanity to live a life of freedom, respect, and virtue for many generations. Now, each of these commandments are not just given to us for us to obey, but it represents God's love, His will, and His purpose for human conduct and relationship in all ages. Just like the rules that we follow in our homes and school, these commandments will help us to distinguish what is right and what is wrong. Now, my question is, have you faithfully keeping these commandments of God? Do you receive them wholeheartedly? And well, I will leave the answer to you. Keeping God's commandments are evidence of our love to Him. It is an expression of giving thanks for what He has done for us. Just like how He saved us from the slavery of sin. Keeping God's commandment is also describes the relationship to our Lord, of how well our relationship to Him. But we humans are far from being perfect. As people says, nobody is perfect. Everybody is flawed, has flaws, and everyone commits mistakes. But remember that if you're having a hard time keeping God's commandment consistently, remember that this is not made for perfect ones, but this is made for people like us, sinners and flawed. Remember that these commandments is our guide to know that we have fallen short. And remember that we also have a God who is a forgiving God and who will always ready for us, for Him to receive us and forgive us. God's commandment do not restrict us, but rather it frees us from the trap of sin and selfishness. keeping God's law can make us a witness to the rest of the world. So, be obedient. Thank you for listening, and that's all.